Hi everyone, Joe here and welcome back to another video, another vlog. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? I feel like it's been a while, maybe 2 months, probably too long, and it is not intentionally that long either. So, if you guys remember I said I had a gallstone, well, that's where I've been and that's what I've been dealing with. So it actually ended up being, I had a couple of visits to hospital at the middle of May, well, end of May, I guess it was. Just normally the kind of time where I record another vlog, kind of end of the month kind of thing. And things got a little bit complicated, I guess is the word that I would use. God, it's awful. It's really bad. Anyway, I don't have a gallbladder anymore, is the important takeaway from this, is that gallbladder is gone. Now, how that happened, though, is I had another gallbladder attack. I'm going to have a quick look at my calendar so I can kind of give you some dates to give you an idea of what kind of timeline we're dealing with here. But basically it worked out that I had one, maybe it's like, weekend 8th, 9th of May-ish. Had a gallbladder attack and I was like, oh no, really bad. Went into hospital, and from there it was another visit to, unfortunately, another visit into hospital. Went in and spent some time at Luton, and I was there for quite a bit of time actually. I was in there for like 3 days, I think, 4 days in total. Came up on the Wednesday after going in on the Sunday, I think it was Sunday, might be. Feeling really, really rough, really uncomfortable, lots of pain, down here, gallbladder place, and they basically just filled me full of painkillers. We got the operation booked, and it was booked for the 26th of May it was. Now, unfortunately, it didn't take me very long to have another attack, and actually what it turned out to be is that the attack that I had never actually stopped. So I ended up going back into hospital the weekend before my surgery, and that was on the 23rd of May. I think I've got the times messed up. It was probably actually the 15th, 16th of May was the first one actually, I think. But yeah, anyway, got the surgery booked, went back in on the 23rd, especially having my COVID swab, pre-surgery COVID swab, surgery booked for the 26th of May. Turns out I'd had this long I've been on antibiotics during that time as well because they thought it might be infected. Turns out what happened is that my gallbladder was super infected, and the gallstone had blocked the exit to my gallbladder, meaning that my gallbladder was full of pus. So that explained why I had a fever, running a temperature of 38.5 degrees C, pushing, sweating, uncomfortable, pain, nausea, you name it, had it. And we ended up having the surgery on the 26th anyway, but they cancelled the original surgery, so I had to be done on the emergency list, and I had to really push for it as well. So I was at hospital and they're like, oh, normally what we like to do is we'd like for you to recover from the infection and then we'll go and do the operation 6 weeks later. Now, at the same time as this, I'm all relying and waiting on the Royal Marsden Hospital to contact me and give me genetic testing back and tell me what treatment options are available for my cancer. So, yeah, I can't wait those 6 weeks. Those 6 weeks of maybe see what happens, and during that time, if you have another flare-up, your 6 weeks starts again. So I couldn't do that. And I spoke to the Marsden, and they said, well, we won't touch you until the gallbladder thing's resolved. So thankfully I had a bit of a push and a bit of a wait with the surgeons to kind of get them to actually agree to do it. So they did it as an emergency, and so I went in on the Wednesday afternoon. I was in for actually it was like what was supposed to be normally a 45-minute operation, 45-minute surgery. I was actually in for 2.5 hours, and then I woke up in recovery and it was the evening, which was a bit of a surprise, and I was in quite a bit of pain, and they went, oh, where are you in pain? And I'm like, here? No, oh, well, that's where your gallbladder used to be, so that's okay as long as it's only there. It's like, great. But yeah, I woke up and I had a couple of wounds. I will put pictures on screen now. If you are squeamish, wait for me to tell you that it's safe to look again. So the wounds that I had one down by my belly button, and then I had 2 over on my right hand side, and 1 located kind of like, I know, just below my sternum, and that's where they fill you up with gas, and the other ones are where they put the control rods in to chop you up. And then there was the drain wound as well, and you can see on the drain wound here, this is it freshly done the day after, very uncomfortable. That is what caused me lots of pain. Right, you're now safe to look again. And that drain was it's about 8 inches worth of tubing that was inside of my body, up in towards my liver. The idea for that is drainage any bile, any pus that might be left over, so pretty gross stuff. I was on pretty strong antibiotics as well during this time, and I was finally allowed home on the Friday, because they like to get people out on a Friday, and it was a bank holiday weekend as well. So came home, I was in agony, like I couldn't walk, I could barely walk around, I couldn't get up without having help from my wife. Sleeping was difficult. I couldn't lie on either of my sides, because when you lie on the other side, so I was lying on my left hand side, obviously your entire body shifts and everything inside you moves, so it pulls away from where you've got inflammation, swelling and healing going on. Right, well, I can't then go and lie on it either, so I was stuck on my back, and because I was lying on my back, it meant that I developed a little bit of a cough. Now, coughing when you've had your gallbladder removed is agony, absolute raw agony. So don't recommend that. Do not recommend at all. My top piece of advice is don't do that if you can. It's definitely not fun. So yeah, that was I'm all healed up now pretty much. I do have one wound that is slowly healing. I had a break from my lenvatinib, which is my normal cancer treatment during that time. Now I do have a lot of stuff to talk about with the cancer, but that's going to be in the next video, which is also going to be out like tomorrow, because I'm about to record it after this one, but I want to keep them separate because there's an awful lot of detail to go into in the cancer stuff, and I need to make sure I've got my thoughts really well put together for it, because it's complicated. So overall, I'm doing pretty well. I've been active, I've been able to eat really well post gallbladder removal, like as in anything and everything. And a lot of the times what happens is when your gallbladder is removed, you can't eat fatty foods, and you have to be really careful about what you eat, nothing spicy, otherwise it just goes straight through you and can give you a really upset stomach. You can get stomach cramps, diarrhea, stuff like that. All stuff that I'm pretty used to by now anyway with the lenvatinib. But now I've been able to eat anything and everything. And I do mean anything and everything, and I have done like human trash can style, because I've been able to not worry about eating fatty foods because I don't have a gallbladder anymore, I don't have gallstones anymore, I don't have to worry about a gallstone attack from having fatty foods. So I've kind of taken advantage of that, and now we're kind of moving back towards better, well balanced, high density calorie foods and stuff like that, in an attempt to try and maintain my weight and put some more weight on. I'm looking forward to being able to exercise again. We're still not there yet, because technically I still have a partially open wound about, you can't really see, but just below my sternum. Not great. No, still not great, still healing, so I've got to be careful there. But yeah, it's been an interesting time to deal with all of that, and of course all that whilst it's going on, I've still been waiting for results from the Marsden, had CT scans, stuff like that, but we'll talk about that in the next video. Now, it has been a very, very interesting time, dealing with different NHS trusts, having to do the communication yourself, picking up the phone, calling people, and being a real advocate for your own healthcare. Because that's why I had to be whilst I was in hospital. I had to be a real advocate for my own healthcare. Because I had all my medications with me, and to be honest, my situation is still pretty unique. They don't expect someone who is now 37, because it's my birthday just gone on Saturday, and they don't expect someone who's 37 to be in with terminal cancer and multiple health conditions and complications because of that, who knows enough about their own healthcare to be able to like, no, I can't do that, no, not that. And things like, oh no, I have this injection that I have to do. I've already spoken to my consultant. They say that I need to take this much time off of my medication so I can recover from the surgery and stuff like that. So it's really, really important that if you do find yourself in that situation, that you do be a real advocate for your own healthcare and look out for yourself. And I think that goes out to anyone in any situation. You should really do your best to gain understanding of your personal situation. I always believe knowledge is power. Very important that you know what you're going through and what's going to happen after. And getting that kind of information out of doctors and nurses can be tough sometimes, and you do have to push for it. You know, there's only so much time that they can give you in order to make sure everyone is treated, and there's only so much information that they necessarily have access to immediately. So it's always worth you trying to make sure you get as much of that that's available as possible. But yeah, that's the gallbladder stuff done, spoken about, dusted. That's where I've been. That's what I've been dealing with. So if you've watched this far, you guys know the drill. Leave a comment just saying, where is the stone? Where is the stone? Now you can either go from a Marvel point of view from that one if you like it, or actually in my particular head it's from I think it's from Snatch actually. Is it Snatch or Lock, Stock? Whichever one's the one with the giant diamond the size of your fist. Anyway, so leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we're actually going to talk about cancer stuff, and you are not going to know what to do with the information I give you, that's for sure. But right, I will speak to you all in the next video.